I want you to go back and tell me about the first comics project that you actually finished.
You're gonna do this to me, huh?
Yes.
I used to do a comic in high school with my buddy Neil. It was Captain Aphid, and Captain Aphid used to fight the Angry Carrot and his sidekick, the Angry Triangle.
In college, I had to do one. It was called Crathertown. It was like a sci-fi thing. It was kind of a Mobius ripoff, honestly.
Grades 7, 8, and 9. Me and my buddies were crazy into wrestling, like young strapping men are. And we used to draw a series of wrestling comics that starred all our teachers as wrestlers. Mr. Kilgore, who was the strictest teacher in the school, became the devil. And for some reason was also a cook. Because you know how old wrestling used to have all those weird interstitials? We did all of that.
I was drawing like Richie Rich, Casper. I was drawing Archie too at the time. Well, you know, at that age I was just trying to like make them look as good as possible. So I was pretty much just copying them out of actual comic books.
It was basically just a guy whose powers were electricity. Or sort of like Electro, but came from his costume rather than being natural.
Did you make up your own imaginary comics company for the logo up top?
Yes, absolutely. Did a little cover.
Did you make up your own imaginary comics publishing company for the logo in the corner and stuff?
Not necessarily. I was too concerned on the tanks that were being destroyed. Either war or hack and slash, with sound effects, obviously.
So you did the sound effects yourself?
Absolutely.
Like set them and drew them?
Yeah. I still do them.
So no like imaginary comics companies of your own when you were 10 years old at the kitchen table?
Well, of course I did, but they all sucked.
What were they about though?
They were basically just like the X-Men. There's a one big guy, one guy with claws. It was back in the Image era, you know, so even they all had their own X-Men.
When I was in high school, I had seen Kill Bill and I was super enamored with it. I drew this, like, I guess, fan comic of Uma Thurman's character meeting Wolverine in a bar. And they're so unconventional that instead of like throwing themselves at each other with hugs and kisses, they get into a straight up like bar brawl. And then I guess they lick each other's wounds later.
You gonna dig that out and reprint it anytime soon?
If the public, that's what the public wants, man.
Yeah, well, it was a Popeye story, and there you go. And I end up drawing Popeye, so there you go.
What was that Popeye story about? Do you remember?
You know what? It was, I think I just watched some World War II propaganda Popeye cartoons, so I think he blew up a Japanese submarine. I really do.
That was super relevant to a 12-year-old in the 80s, whatever that was.
Yes, exactly.
Hi, I'm Sean, and this week I've got a funky hat. My first comic books were in grade 6. It was a ripoff of the Punisher called Crossbow. His gimmick was that he killed people with a crossbow. I don't have those anymore, but you know what I do have? Question Mark Comics #1 from April 2000. I was a baby when I made this. One day I'd love to scan this and put it up. Leave a comment and let me know what's the rudest, meanest, baddest character you or one of your friends ever came up with. I'll pick my favorite and draw it for next week's video. Click here for more of my Comic-Con coverage and here to check out my viral superhero videos. And subscribe because coming up I've got Superhero Movies the Movie, a little behind-the-scenes Hollywood expose web series. More episodes of Geek School. More animation, more original music, and more superhero videos, or as we say in the funny business, costume comedies. Shoutouts here for Watch Girl, she commented on my videos. It was nice to meet you at Toronto ComiCon. And Michael Minicucci, who asked, if you were a real superhero, how would you save the world? It's kind of what this video is about. My whole creative philosophy goes that an artist is a superhero, his talent is his powers, and his big mission is to inspire people with his art. This week's winner is Alex M. Alex, there's your picture. Check it out. It's the Alex M Fan Club with all of your favorite Batmen from the movies. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week.